Hello, and welcome back to Planet Pulse. It is a profound joy to be with you once again as we embark on another journey to understand the remarkable world we all call home. Today, our focus turns to the planet's final frontiers, the last vestiges of true wilderness that remain shrouded in mystery. We shall be looking at 10 of the least explored places on Earth, pockets of our world that have, against all odds, resisted the relentless march of human expansion and inquiry. These are the corners of our globe, where the familiar comforts of modern life, the ubiquitous Starbucks or McDonald's, simply do not exist. They are realms governed not by human hands, but by the raw, untamed forces of nature itself. In our modern age, it is easy to believe that we have mapped and conquered every inch of our planet. With satellites orbiting high above, charting our continents, and deep-sea submersibles plumbing the ocean's dark abyss, one might assume there are no secrets left to uncover. Yet this assumption could not be further from the truth. Despite all our sophisticated technology, vast tracts of wilderness remain virtually untouched, their ecosystems and inhabitants still a profound enigma. These are places where the footprint of humanity is faint or entirely absent, offering a humbling reminder of the sheer scale and power of the natural world. Our journey today will take us from impenetrable jungles guarded by ancient tribes to sun-scorched deserts that hold secrets millennia old. We will venture to the crushing, lightless depths of the ocean and soar over ice fields that stretch to the horizon. Each location is a testament to the resilience of life and the enduring spirit of discovery. So, prepare yourselves to be astonished, to be humbled, and to see our world not as a known quantity, but as a place still brimming with wonder and the promise of the unknown. Let us begin our exploration of these final magnificent wildernesses. Our first destination lies in the azure waters of the Bay of Bengal, a small forested island that appears, from a distance, to be an idyll. This is North Sentinel Island. It is not a tourist paradise, but one of the most isolated and dangerous places on Earth. For this island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last remaining uncontacted peoples in the world. For an estimated 60,000 years, they have lived here in complete isolation, their culture, language, and way of life, a mystery that we, on the outside, can only guess at. They are a living link to a past that has vanished almost everywhere else. The Indian government, in a rare and commendable act of preservation, has declared it illegal to approach within 3 miles of the island's shores. This exclusion zone serves a dual purpose: to protect the outside world from the Sentinelese, who have consistently met outsiders with hostility, but more importantly, to protect the Sentinelese from us. They have no immunity to common diseases like the flu or measles, and contact could trigger a devastating epidemic that would wipe out their entire population. They are a fragile flame of human history that must be shielded from the winds of the modern world. Every attempt to make peaceful contact, whether by anthropologists, filmmakers, or well-intentioned missionaries, has been met with a volley of arrows. In 2006, 2 fishermen who strayed too close were killed, their bodies never recovered. The Sentinelese have made their wishes unequivocally clear. They want to be left alone. It is a powerful primal declaration of sovereignty. Less than 1% of this small island has ever been seen by outside eyes, its dense jungle canopy concealing the secrets of a people who exist outside of time, a human world, untouched. And so, we must respect their isolation. Our knowledge of this place comes from fleeting distant observations, glimpses of small settlements, canoes in the shallows, and figures on the beach, armed and watchful. North Sentinel Island is not a frontier to be conquered or a puzzle to be solved. It is a sanctuary, a living museum of a forgotten way of life. It stands as a stark and humbling reminder that there are still boundaries on this planet that we must not and should not cross. It is a place we can only admire from a great, respectful distance. We now travel west, to Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, a flat limestone shelf that conceals a breathtaking secret beneath its surface. Here, there are no visible rivers. The water flows underground, through a vast and intricate network of subterranean caves and passages. Over millennia, the roofs of some of these caves have collapsed, opening up to the jungle above. These stunning natural sinkholes, known as cenotes, were considered sacred by the ancient Maya, who believed them to be gateways to the underworld, or Xibalba. They are portals to another realm, a world of crystal-clear water and stunning geological formations. This subterranean labyrinth is one of the most extensive on the planet. An estimated 6,000 cenotes dot the landscape, but these are just the known entrances to a system that may stretch for thousands of miles. It is a world of silent, cathedral-like chambers where sunlight filters through the water, creating ethereal beams of light. Stalactites and stalagmites formed drip by drip over countless centuries reach towards each other like the fingers of ancient giants. This is a realm where time itself seems to slow down, preserved in the cool, still water. Exploration here is a highly specialized and perilous endeavor. Cave divers, equipped with breathing apparatus and powerful lights, navigate narrow passages and vast, dark chambers, laying down guidelines as they go. Their only link to the world above, they are mapping a frontier that is as alien and challenging as outer space. To date, it is estimated that fewer than 10% of this incredible network has been explored. Who knows what wonders, what new passages, or what archaeological treasures lie waiting in the 90% that remains in darkness. These caves are not just geological marvels, they are also archaeological time capsules. Divers have discovered the fossilized remains of prehistoric animals, such as giant sloths and saber-toothed cats, that fell into these pits tens of thousands of years ago. They have also found ancient Mayan artifacts and even human skeletons, remnants of rituals and sacrifices performed centuries ago. Each new discovery in the Yucatan's underwater underworld adds another piece to the puzzle of our planet's, and our own, history. We now journey far to the north, to the immense sprawling wilderness of the Siberian taiga. This is the largest forest on Earth, a colossal belt of coniferous trees that stretches across millions of square miles of Russia. It is a land of extremes, of profound silence broken only by the whisper of wind through pine needles. In winter, temperatures can plummet to unimaginable lows, locking the land in a grip of ice and snow for more than half the year. It is a landscape of stark, brutal beauty, a kingdom of resilience where only the hardiest can survive. This immense forest is so vast and remote that huge swathes of it have never been properly surveyed or explored by humans. It is a realm ruled by magnificent predators. The elusive Siberian tiger, the largest cat in the world, stalks its prey through the dense undergrowth, its striped coat a perfect camouflage against the dappled light and shadow. In the canopy above, Siberian flying squirrels glide between ancient larches, and great gray owls hunt silently in the twilight. This is a complete, functioning ecosystem, operating on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. Recent exploration in the more accessible fringes of the taiga has revealed astonishing secrets held within its soil. Scientists have discovered ancient peat bogs, wetlands that have been accumulating organic matter for millennia. These bogs are immense carbon sinks, storing vast quantities of carbon dioxide and keeping it out of the atmosphere. They are a critical and largely unstudied component of our planet's climate regulation system. The sleeping forest, it seems, plays a vital role in the health of the entire world, but the true extent of the taiga's mysteries remains unknown. What other species might live in its deepest, most inaccessible valleys? What geological or ecological secrets are locked away beneath its endless canopy of trees? As the climate warms, these frozen lands are beginning to thaw, potentially releasing their stored carbon and revealing secrets that have been frozen in time. The Siberian taiga is not just a vast, empty wilderness, it is a repository of biological and climatic information, a sleeping giant whose secrets we are only just beginning to awaken. Our journey now takes us to the island of New Guinea, to a jagged and imposing range of peaks known as the Star Mountains. Straddling the border between Papua New Guinea and Indonesia, this is honestly one of the wettest, most rugged, and most inaccessible places on the planet. The mountains rise dramatically from the surrounding lowlands, their summits perpetually shrouded in cloud and battered by torrential rain. The terrain is a formidable barrier, a labyrinth of sheer limestone cliffs, deep gorges, and almost impenetrable rainforest. For centuries, these mountains have resisted exploration. The extreme difficulty of the terrain, combined with the lack of navigable rivers, has kept outsiders at bay. It was only in the mid-20th century that the first major expeditions managed to penetrate the range's interior, and even today, vast areas remain completely unvisited by scientists. Every expedition that does venture into this lost world returns with tales of incredible biodiversity, a treasure trove of life that has evolved in isolation. The sheer variety of life here is staggering. Because the mountains encompass such a wide range of altitudes, from the steamy, lowland jungle to cold, alpine grasslands, they support a multitude of different habitats. In 2005, a team of scientists discovered a lost world in a crater here, a place teeming with species unknown to science, including new types of frogs, butterflies, and even a new species of tree kangaroo. The animals in this isolated ecosystem showed no fear of humans, suggesting they had never encountered them before. Beyond the biological wonders, the Star Mountains are also home to a rich tapestry of human cultures. Several small, isolated indigenous groups live in the mountain valleys, their traditions and languages having developed over thousands of years, with little outside influence. Their deep knowledge of the forest and their unique ways of life are as much a part of this landscape's treasure as the rare species that inhabit it. The Star Mountains are a living laboratory of evolution, both biological and cultural, a world in the clouds that still holds so many secrets. From the wettest place on Earth, we travel now to one of the driest, the Sahara Desert. The very name conjures images of endless rolling sand dunes, a monolithic sea of ochre and gold. But this is a simplification of a far more complex and varied environment. The Sahara is a vast patchwork of landscapes, covering over 9 million square kilometers of North Africa. Yes, there are great sand seas, or ergs, but there are also vast gravel plains, rocky plateaus, volcanic massifs, and, surprisingly, life-giving oases. It is a world of stark beauty and profound emptiness. Its sheer size and harshness mean that great portions of the Sahara remain largely unexplored. While trade routes have crisscrossed its perimeter for millennia, its deep interior is a different matter entirely. Mapping its shifting sands and remote mountain ranges is a monumental task. It is a place that jealously guards its secrets, burying them under sand or hiding them in sun-blasted canyons where few humans have ever set foot. To venture here is to face the elemental power of the sun and the wind in their purest forms. Yet this is not a dead world. Life, in its most tenacious forms, clings on. And where there is life, there are secrets. Recent satellite imagery and occasional expeditions have revealed things that challenge our understanding of this great desert. Archaeologists have uncovered stunning rock art, thousands of years old, depicting giraffes, crocodiles, and swimmers, evidence that this now arid land was once a green and fertile savanna. They have found lost cities and ancient burial sites, telling the story of civilizations that rose and fell with the changing climate. And it is not only relics of the past that are being discovered. Biologists venturing into the remote mountain ranges of the Sahara have found isolated populations of crocodiles, and even new species of fish living in tiny permanent waterholes. Each discovery is a reminder of how little we truly know about this immense environment. The Sahara is not merely an empty space on the map. It is a dynamic, changing landscape, a vast library of climatic and human history with countless volumes still unread. We now find ourselves enveloped by the humid air and cacophony of life that is the Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the earth. This colossal forest basin, spanning 9 countries in South America, is the single largest and most biodiverse tract of tropical rainforest in the world. It is a world built on a scale that, honestly, just defies human imagination. The mighty Amazon River and its thousands of tributaries form a vascular system that nourishes this immense green ocean, a realm of staggering complexity and vitality. Despite its global importance and the intense focus of scientific research, the Amazon remains one of the least explored places on our planet. It is estimated that only between 10 and 25% of this vast wilderness has been explored by scientists. The sheer density of the vegetation creates a world of its own. A thick, multi-layered canopy, often hundreds of feet high, blocks out the sun, creating a permanent twilight on the forest floor. Getting through this environment is an immense challenge, and what lies within the deepest, most remote parts is largely a matter of conjecture. The potential for discovery here is almost limitless. It is believed that thousands of species of plants, insects, and other animals are yet to be identified. Every year, expeditions to new areas yield a fresh haul of species unknown to science. These are not just tiny insects. New species of monkeys, fish, and even large mammals are still being found. Hidden deep within the forest, there may be valleys and river systems that have been cut off for millennia, creating unique evolutionary pathways and life forms found nowhere else. Furthermore, the Amazon is home to numerous indigenous tribes, many of whom have had little or no contact with the outside world. Like the Sentinelese, they live in voluntary isolation. Their cultures, and languages representing an irreplaceable part of human heritage. Protecting them, and the forests they call home, is one of the most urgent conservation challenges of our time. The Amazon is not just a collection of trees. It is a living, breathing entity, a world of secrets, and its future, and ours, are inextricably linked. From the sweltering humidity of the Amazon, our journey takes us to the frigid, wind-swept south of the American continent, to the North Patagonian ice field in Chile. This is a colossal chunk of ice, a remnant of the last great ice age, nestled high in the Andes Mountains. It is the smaller of two ice fields in Patagonia, yet it is still an immense and formidable landscape of glaciers, crevasses, and jagged, ice-scoured peaks. This is a world of elemental power, where the slow, relentless grind of ice shapes the very bones of the earth. It's a realm of breathtaking yet hostile beauty. The weather here is notoriously unpredictable and violent, with hurricane-force winds and sudden blizzards that can appear with little warning. This, combined with the incredibly rugged and unstable terrain, makes exploration here exceptionally difficult and dangerous. As a result, it is estimated that only about 10% of this vast ice field has been properly mapped or surveyed. For mountaineers and scientists, it remains one of the planet's great uncharted wildernesses. The glaciers that flow from this ice field are like massive frozen rivers, carving deep fjords as they make their way to the Pacific Ocean. Their snouts, where the ice meets the water, are towering cliffs of blue and white, which periodically collapse into the sea in a spectacular and deafening process known as calving. To witness this is to witness the raw power of nature on a grand scale. These glaciers are also vital barometers of our planet's health, providing critical data on the pace and effects of climate change. As the ice retreats, it is revealing a landscape that has been hidden for thousands of years. New islands are appearing in the fjords, and rock faces that have never seen the sun are now exposed. Scientists are racing to study these newly accessible areas, looking for clues about the region's geological past and the life that might have existed here before the ice. The North Patagonian ice field is a dynamic, changing frontier, a place where the story of our planet's past, and its future, is being written in ice and stone. We travel now to the southwestern coast of Africa, to a desert that is believed to be the oldest in the world. This is the Namib, stretching for over 2,000 kilometers along the Atlantic coasts of Namibia, Angola, and South Africa. It is a place of haunting beauty and stark contrasts. Here, some of the tallest sand dunes in the world, colored a magnificent deep red by oxidized iron, march down to meet the cold, turbulent waters of the ocean. It is a landscape that seems born from a dream, surreal and unforgettable. A significant portion of its coastline is known as the Skeleton Coast, a name that speaks of its treacherous nature. A persistent dense fog, created when the cold Atlantic air meets the hot desert land, shrouds the coast for much of the year. This fog has caused countless ships to run aground over the centuries. Their rusting, skeletal remains now lie half-buried in the sand, miles from the current shoreline, testament to the desert's ever-shifting nature. The coast is also littered with the bones of whales and seals, adding to its eerie, desolate atmosphere. Despite its hyper-arid conditions, life here has adapted in the most ingenious ways. This is not a lifeless desert. The fog that wrecks ships is also the principal source of water. Darkling beetles have evolved to climb the dunes at dawn, tilting their bodies into the breeze to collect droplets of moisture that trickle down into their mouths. It is a masterclass in survival. And then there is the extraordinary Welwitschia mirabilis, a plant that can live for over 1,000 years, its two long, leathery leaves absorbing moisture from the fog. Much of the Namib's interior remains a mystery. Its vast dune seas and remote, rocky outcrops are incredibly difficult to access, and what life might be uniquely adapted to these specific microhabitats is largely unknown. The desert is a laboratory of evolution in extreme conditions, a place that demonstrates the sheer tenacity of life. The Skeleton Coast and the deep desert beyond are a powerful reminder that even in the most seemingly inhospitable places on Earth, life finds a way, and secrets are waiting to be discovered. For our penultimate destination, we must travel to the coldest, highest, and driest continent on Earth, Antarctica. But our focus is not on its icy surface, but what lies deep beneath it. For miles below the Antarctic ice sheet, in perpetual darkness and under immense pressure lies an astonishing secret, a vast network of more than 400 subglacial lakes. These bodies of liquid water have been isolated from the rest of the world for millions of years, sealed in a pristine, frozen time capsule. Direct exploration of these lakes is, for now, impossible. The challenge of drilling through miles of ice without contaminating the pristine environment below is one of the greatest technological hurdles in modern science. Instead, our knowledge of this hidden world comes from remote sensing. Ice-penetrating radar, flown on aircraft high above, has allowed us to map the contours of the rockbed beneath the ice and reveal the presence of these enormous bodies of water. It is like performing an ultrasound on an entire continent. The largest and most famous of these is Lake Vostok, a colossal lake roughly the size of Lake Ontario, buried under 2.5 miles of solid ice. It has been isolated for perhaps 15 million years. The conditions within are truly extreme: total darkness, immense pressure, low nutrient levels, and high concentrations of oxygen. It is an environment as alien as any we might find on another planet, such as Jupiter's moon, Europa. The tantalizing question is, could life exist here? If life can survive in such a place, it would be unlike anything we know. It would have to be adapted to thrive without sunlight, perhaps drawing energy from chemical reactions with the surrounding rock. The tantalizing possibility of discovering a completely unique ecosystem with microbes that have followed a separate evolutionary path for millions of years drives the international scientific effort to one day sample these waters safely. Antarctica's hidden lakes represent one of the last truly unexplored frontiers, a potential cradle of life hidden beneath the ice at the bottom of the world. For our final destination, we descend. We go deeper than any mountain is high, to the deepest part of the world's oceans, the Mariana Trench in the western Pacific. This crescent-shaped scar in the Earth's crust plunges to an astonishing depth of nearly 11,000 meters, or about 36,000 feet, at a point known as the Challenger Deep. The pressure here is over 1,000 times greater than at the surface, a crushing force that would instantly destroy almost any machine, let alone a human body. It is a world of absolute darkness and unimaginable cold. For most of history, this abyss was entirely beyond our reach. It is only in the last few decades that technology has allowed us to begin our first tentative explorations. A handful of robotic submersibles and a very small, very brave number of human occupants in specialized spheres have made the journey to the bottom. Each descent is a monumental undertaking, fraught with risk, pushing the very limits of engineering and human endurance. What they have found there has rewritten our understanding of life. Down in the crushing blackness, where it was once thought nothing could survive, there is life. Strange, ethereal creatures have adapted to this most extreme of environments. The delicate Mariana snailfish, which appears almost ghostly, has evolved a body without an air-filled swim bladder, allowing it to withstand the immense pressure. Giant amphipods, shrimp-like crustaceans, grow to enormous sizes, and strange microbes thrive on chemicals seeping from the ocean floor. It is a bizarre and wonderful ecosystem, but our knowledge is still incredibly scant. We have spent more time exploring the surface of the moon than we have the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Every single expedition, every sample of water or sediment brought back to the surface, reveals new information, and often, new species. The abyss is the planet's largest and least understood biome. It is the ultimate frontier, a place that reminds us that on our own planet, there are alien worlds, teeming with mysteries, waiting in the deep silent dark. And there you have it, 10 of the most mysterious and least explored places on our planet. From the crushing depths of the Mariana Trench to the untouched shores of North Sentinel Island, it's incredible to think how much of Earth remains a mystery. We have walked on the moon and sent probes to the edge of the solar system, yet entire worlds of wonder, beauty, and scientific importance lie right here, on our own world, waiting to be understood. These places are a testament to the planet's immense scale, and its capacity to conceal its secrets, challenging our perception of a fully known world. This enduring mystery is not a void to be feared, but a promise to be cherished. It fuels our curiosity and drives us to ask new questions. The existence of these untouched realms enriches our world, reminding us of the wildness that still exists beyond the edges of our maps and our understanding. It is a powerful call to humility and to the spirit of exploration, which is one of the most defining characteristics of our species. The desire to know what lies over the next hill or in the deepest sea is what propels us forward. Which of these places would you most want to explore, or maybe just admire from afar? Let us know in the comments. Your curiosity is the pulse of this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to join us on more journeys into the hidden corners of our world. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, the world is bigger and wilder than we can imagine. Thank you for joining us.